Now, in other news, at least 40 civilians were killed over the weekend by Al-Qaeda-linked rebels in Burkina Faso. The United Nations has said that attack was a war crime. Days earlier, the same group claimed to have seized a military base in the neighbouring country of Mali. So, is there a link between these two attacks, and just how significant are they? To tell us more, Wassim Nasr from our terrorism desk is with me in the studio. And Wassim, first of all, tell us what happened in Burkina Faso.
Actually, JNIM, meaning Jamaat Nasr al-Islam Muslimin, which is the Al-Qaeda affiliate in the Sahel region, attacked the barracks of Djibo, that here we see on the map in northern Burkina Faso. They claimed controlling the military facility, but according to our sources, actually, yes, 3 outposts of the army were attacked, and 1 outpost of the local defense militias, the VDP as they call them. Tens of military are killed and wounded, according to our sources, and also that civilians, as you said, were attacked in the town of Djibo, which means next to this facility, which comes in contradiction with the latest attack on the same facility a year ago in October 2022, where Al-Qaeda jihadis freed some prisoners from the base but did not attack the civilians in the town next to it. Up to now, there is no numbers that were given by the authorities, but the local official media outlet talked about 400 killed among the jihadis and among 3,000 attackers. Of course, those numbers are exaggerated, but we have a video where we see that if indeed Al-Qaeda controlled parts of the military facility for a brief moment, here we see a drone response by the Burkina Faso forces, and we see tens of bodies of jihadis who were part of this attack. And we can see that this drone strike was next. Here we see the wall, the destroyed wall of the military facility. We see motorbikes and we see dead jihadis. So at the end of the day, there was an attack. They controlled parts of the facility, but the Burkina Faso army responded and killed many jihadis too.
And at the same time, well, several days earlier, we're hearing about an attack in neighbouring Mali committed again by the same group. How significant is it that we're seeing attacks in both countries by Al-Qaeda?
Actually, we are seeing Al-Qaeda operating in both sides of the border in those countries, and we have a map where we see the base of Niafunke. So here it is, and this base was attacked by Al-Qaeda on the 24th, so 2 days earlier, 2 days before the 26th of October. And here, of course, Al-Qaeda claimed controlling the base, and on this footage, we see a kamikaze, so a jihadi of Al-Qaeda, driving his vehicle and the explosion. This is when the first defenses of the military facility were breached by Al-Qaeda. On another video, we'll see Al-Qaeda jihadis inside the facility, as we see them here, and filming fleeing Malian soldiers, fleeing towards the main road to Niafunke, the town, the RN 33. So it is clear that they controlled the facility and that the Malian military fled the facility. On another footage also, because Malian authorities said that it didn't happen. So on this footage, we see jihadis on motorbikes and driving next to the Niafunke, written on the ground. It can be seen from the space too. So this is between the military facility and the main road leading to the town.
Okay, so while this is happening, Wassim, the government in Bamako and the judicial authorities there in the Malian capital have announced they're opening a criminal investigation into Al-Qaeda's leaders for terrorism, for money laundering, but also Tuareg rebels. These are separatists in the north of Mali. Why are we hearing about these two groups being talked about together here?
Well, actually, because Bamako is trying to link those issues together, meaning here is what we are talking about. So for the first time, we are seeing the names of Tuareg rebel leaders from the north next to the name of Iyad Ghali, the head of Jamaat Nasr al-Muslimin that we spoke about, and Muhammad Kufa has number 2, his Fulani number 2. So the effort made here by Bamako is to link the situation or the consideration of the rebel situation in the north with the jihadi factor, meaning the terrorist factor. And this comes after the the success of the Malian army in Kidal, so taking the Kidal, which was the capital of the rebel movements in the north. But also we should remember that when this alliance regarding the Sahel region was made between juntas in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, one of the most important points in the declaration was fighting rebel movements. So we are seeing here that those juntas are trying to mix the rebel activity in northern Mali with jihadi activity in order for them to combat them as terrorist organizations, as the same organizations.